Commander, something you need?
How's the Normandy performing? Is she everything they said she'd be?
She's the best ship in the fleet, if you've got a pilot who knows how to handle her. Balance isn't what you'd expect. Takes a while to get used to that oversized drive core we got stuffed in the back, and her power can sneak up on you if you're not careful. The Normandy's probably too much ship for your average Alliance pilot, Commander. Lucky for you, I'm anything but average.
I like to know my crew. Mind if I ask you a few questions?
I can see where this is going. You did a background check on me, didn't you? Well, I'll tell you the same thing I told the captain. You want me as your pilot. I'm not good. I'm not even great. I am the best damn helmsman in the Alliance fleet. Top of my class in flight school, I earned that. All those commendations in my file, I earned every single one. Those weren't given to me as charity for my disease.
I can't have you on this ship if you're going to infect my crew.
Infect the crew? Oh man, you have no idea what I'm talking about, do you? Okay, I've got Vrolik syndrome, brittle bone disease. The bones in my legs never develop properly. They're basically hollow, too much force and they'll shatter. Even with crutches and my leg braces, it's hard to get around. One wrong step and crack! It's very dramatic, but I've learned to manage my condition, Commander. Put the Normandy in my hands and I'll make her dance for you. Just don't ask me to get up and dance unless, you know, you like the sound of snapping shin bones.
Crutches and leg braces. Remember that going into the second and third game if you play this on your own. The way they retcon this is fucking stupid. Never even bring it up.
I need to know more about this Vrolik syndrome if I'm putting my ship in your hands.
Yeah, of course you do. It's an extremely rare condition. Nobody knows exactly what causes it. Genetic, maybe. It's treatable, but there's no cure. They classify my case as moderate to severe. I was born with over a dozen fractures, hip, thighs, ankles. My bones were already breaking in the womb. 100 years ago, I wouldn't have survived past my first year. Lucky for me, modern medical science has turned me into a productive member of society.
You're not going to break a bone trying to fly the ship, are you?
I don't fly with my feet, Commander, so I'm fine as long as I'm in this chair. I gotta be real careful when I get up to take a piss, though. I can do my job as well as anyone on the ship. Better, actually. So don't worry about it.
So no foot pedals, huh?
I'm not trying to make you uncomfortable. Let's talk about something else.
Whatever you want, Commander.
How'd you end up joining the Alliance?
Look, if you're looking for an inspirational tale of the crippled kid overcoming impossible odds, you're gonna be disappointed. My mother was a civilian contractor working for the Alliance. I basically grew up on the Arcturus station back when they were building up the fleets. Spend all that time around Alliance ships, there's a good chance you'll end up going to the Academy.
Why does everyone call you Joker?
It's a lot shorter than saying Alliance Flight Lieutenant Jeff Moreau. Plus, I love to make little children laugh.
You're dodging the question.
Look, I didn't pick the name. One of the instructors in flight school used to bug me about never smiling. She started calling me Joker, and it stuck.
Why didn't you ever smile?
Hey, I worked my ass off in flight school, Commander. The world's not gonna hand you anything if you go around grinning like an idiot. By the end of the year, I was the best pilot in the Academy, even better than the instructors, and everybody knew it. They'd all got their asses kicked by the sickly kid with the creaky little legs. One guess who was smiling at graduation?
I have to go.
All right, see ya.
And that's basically all he says, except for main mission one-liners. Or near the end of the game.
If anyone has to take over for Captain Anderson, I'm glad it's you. I'm not sure about having non-humans on our ship, though.
Speak freely, Presley. I want to know if you have a problem with non-humans.
It's not that, Commander. Humanity has always handled its own problems. Saren attacked one of our colonies. We should be the ones to stop him. We don't need their help.
This is bigger than humanity. Saren's a threat to every species in the galaxy, and I'll welcome anyone who wants to help me bring him down.
I guess so. Maybe I'm just stuck in the old ways of thinking. But don't worry, Commander. This won't be a problem.
How did you end up assigned to the Normandy?
I signed up with the Alliance as a navigator right out of school, following in my grandfather's footsteps, I guess. My first posting was on the Agincourt. We were at Elysium during the Skillian Blitz. A massive fleet of alien raiders hit the colony, trying to wipe it out. They had the numbers, but their ships were no match for an Alliance frigate. It was a slaughter. We couldn't even keep track of how many ships they lost.
How'd you end up on the Normandy?
I got my officer's commission after Elysium. Must have made an impression on the right people. Captain asked for me when he was picking his crew.
Carry on, Presley.
Yes, sir.
You gotta tell him that you're under. I lost 2 Renegade. No! I won't get it back. Oh no. I wonder if I can bring it back up.
Yes, Commander?
Nope.
Carry on, Presley.
Yes, sir.
Anything you need, Commander?
What's your opinion on the last mission?
I don't see how we could have done things any better. At least not without getting to Eden Prime sooner. And we were on the scene faster than any other Alliance ship could have been.
Just trying to get a sense of where the crew's at. Thoughts?
I've wasted enough of your time for now, Commander. We'll have time for personal debriefings later.
We'll talk another time, Lieutenant.
Commander?
And the doctor doesn't have anything until the end of the game.
Nice ship you've got, Shepard. What can I do for you?
What's your story, Rex?
There's no story. Go ask the Quarian if you want stories.
You Krogan live for centuries. Don't tell me you haven't had a few interesting adventures.
Well, there was this one time the Turians almost wiped out our entire race. That was fun.
So what?
They tried the same with us, but we fought them off.
It's not the same.
Sure it is.
Seems similar enough to me.
So your people were infected with a genetic mutation?
Yeah.
An infection that makes only a few in 1,000 children survive birth?
Yep.
And I suppose it's destroying your entire species?
Of course. That's why I said it's the same.
You're still here. It can't be all that bad.
I don't expect you to understand, but don't compare humanity's fate with the Krogan.
I was just making conversation. I wasn't trying to upset you.
Your ignorance doesn't upset me, Shepard. As for the Krogan, I gave up on them long ago. The genophage infected us, but it's not what's killing us.
What can you tell me about the genophage?
Ask the Solarians if you want details. They made it. All I know, it makes breeding nearly impossible. Thousands die in stillbirth, and most never get that far. Every Krogan is infected, every one. And no one's rushing to find a cure.
Why don't the Krogan try to find a cure?
When was the last time you saw a Krogan scientist? You ask a Krogan, would he rather find a cure for the genophage or fight for credits? He'll choose fighting every time. It's just who we are, Shepard. I can't change that. Nobody can.
So no Krogan wants to become a scientist to save their own race? Okay.
Are your people really dying?
We're sure not getting any stronger. We're too spread out. None of us are interested in staying in our own system.
Lots of species have left their homes and prospered.
But they go to colonize new worlds. We're not settlers. We're warriors. We want to fight. So we leave. Hire ourselves out. And most of us never go back.
So long, Rex.
Shepard.
Rex.
Commander?
What's your opinion on the last mission?
Kinda wish you'd got there sooner, Commander. No offense, I appreciate the rescue. I just wish...
They died, you lived. That happens in this job.
Yes, Commander. Believe me, I understand that. If I had been more alert, we wouldn't have been cut down by an ambush.
The answer seems plain enough to me. Be more alert.
Aye, aye, Commander. I'll make sure it doesn't happen again.
Do you have a few minutes to talk one-on-one?
I'm sorry, Commander. I need to get my duty squared away. I wouldn't mind talking more later, though.
Okay.
Dismissed, Chief.
Sir.
Why is he still standing there?
Thanks for bringing me on board, Commander. I knew working with the Spectre would be better than life at CSEC.
Have you worked with a Spectre before?
Well, no, but I know what they're like. Spectres make their own rules. You're free to handle things your way. At CSEC, you're buried by rules. The damn bureaucrats are always on your back.
Being a Spectre does have its advantages.
Exactly my point. If I'm trying to take down a suspect, it shouldn't matter how I do it, as long as I do it. But CSEC wants it done their way. Protocol and procedure come first. That's why I left.
So you just quit because you didn't like the way they do things?
There's more to it than that. It didn't start out bad, but as I rose in ranks, I got saddled with more and more red tape. CSEC's handling of Saren was typical. I just couldn't take it anymore. I hate leaving.
You did the right thing. Life's too short to sit around waiting for things to happen.
Yeah, you're probably right. Either way, I plan to make the most of this. And without CSEC headquarters looking over my shoulder, well, maybe I can get the job done my way for a change.
As long as you do your job well, you're free to go about your business as you see fit.
Thank you, Commander.
We'll get you situated right down the renegade path.
Looking for supplies?
Eh,
Let's see what you've got.
You bet, Commander.
any more licenses? No.
Hey, Commander, you know that Quarian, Tally? She's been spending all her time down here asking me about our engines.
I'll tell her to leave you alone.
What? No, she's amazing. I wish my guys were half as smart as she is. Give her a month on board and she'll know more about our engines than I do. She's got a real knack for technology, that one. I can see why you wanted her to come along.
I figured she'd be a real asset to the team.
You got an eye for talent, Commander, but I'm guessing that's not why you came down here.
Where else have you served, Adams?
If you name a class of Alliance ship, I've probably served on it. Everything from dreadnoughts and carriers right down to frigates like the Normandy. My last assignment was on the Tokyo, only a cruiser, but she was a good ship. Couldn't hold a candle to the Normandy, though.
I want to know more about the Normandy.
She's the best ship I've ever served on, probably the fastest vessel ever designed. And she's the only one using the new Tantalus drive core.
What's so special about the Tantalus drive core?
Proportionally, it's about twice the size of any other vessel. Not only are we faster, but we can run at FTL speeds longer before we have to discharge the core.
Any other vessels, or even dreadnoughts?
Fill me in on the IES stealth systems. How does it work exactly?
You can't hide a ship out in space. They emit too much heat and radiation. Too easy for sensors to pick them up, unless you find a way to capture those emissions. So our stealth systems trap the energy we give off in storage sinks built into the ship itself. No emissions to give away our location. Eventually the sinks have to be vented. More than a few hours silent running and they overheat. Cook us inside our own hull.
There's no way for anyone to detect us?
visual scan can still pick us up. Anyone looking out a window can see us plain as day. But you have to be pretty close to get an actual visual out in space. Most vessels rely on scanners. As long as the stealth systems are engaged, they can't see us. Not unless we accelerate to FTL speeds.
Why doesn't it work with faster-than-light travel?
Cranking up to FTL blue shifts our emissions, pushes them into frequencies too high to capture in the sinks. As soon as we make the jump, it's like setting off a flare. Sensors can pick up our location whenever we enter or exit FTL flight, but for short-range missions, our stealth systems are amazing, and we've got the only one.
Carry on, Adams.
Aye, aye, Commander.
And now get ready for a big, huge lore dump.
Your ship's amazing, Shepard. I've never seen a drive core like this before. I can't believe you were able to fit it into a ship this small. I'm starting to understand why you humans have been so successful. I had no idea Alliance vessels were so advanced.
The Normandy's a prototype. Cutting-edge technology.
A month ago, I was patching a makeshift fuel line into a converted tug ship in the flotilla. Now, I'm sitting on board one of the most advanced vessels in Citadel space. I have to thank you again for bringing me along. Traveling on a vessel like this is a dream come true for me.
I had no idea you found ship technology so interesting.
It comes with being a Quarian. The migrant fleet is the key to the survival of my people. Ships are our most valuable resource. But we don't have anything like this. We make do with cast-offs and second-hand equipment. We just try to keep them running for as long as we can. Some of the fleet's larger vessels date all the way back to our original flight from the Geth.
I can't believe your fleet's still using ships that are 3 centuries old.
They're constantly being repaired, modified, and refitted. They aren't pretty, but they work. Mostly. We've tried to make ourselves as independent as possible on the flotilla. Grow our own food, mine, and process our own fuel. But some things we just can't make on our own. A patch to maintain the hull integrity requires raw materials we just don't have. That's why our pilgrimages are so important.
Tell me about your people.
Our lives aren't easy. Resources are scarce, and we are constantly on the move. Everything we do must in some way contribute to the continuation of the migrant fleet. There are 17 million Quarians in the flotilla, and each of us relies on the others for survival. The bonds among my people are strong. Unfortunately, we have had to surrender many of the freedoms and civil liberties other species take for granted.
What kind of freedoms?
Well, it's illegal for parents to have more than one child. If our population grows too much, it would strain our resources to their breaking point. Of course, we also can't allow our numbers to become too few. If our population is in decline, the rule against single births is temporarily repealed. In extreme cases of population decline, incentives are even offered to encourage multiple births. Though the Conclave hasn't had to take such measures in nearly a century.
That's your government.
The Conclave is our civilian branch of government. Each ship can elect a representative to serve on the Conclave and make decisions that affect the fleet as a whole. On matters that affect an individual ship, however, the captain has the final say. It's a tradition that dates back to the early days, when the fleet was governed by martial law. Fortunately, most captains nowadays are smart enough to have an elected council from their crew to give them advice and guidance.
So the ultimate power rests with elected officials.
In practice, the Conclave and the respective council for each ship tend to set the rules that govern our daily lives. But in theory, we are still under military jurisdiction. The 5 top-ranking military officials in the fleet serve on the Admiralty Board. These 5 have the power to overrule any decision by the Conclave in case of emergency. To do so requires unanimous agreement among the Admiralty, and they can only do this once. After that, the entire board must resign their posts. It's a safeguard that served us well. In nearly 3 centuries, the Admiralty Board has only overruled the Conclave 4 times.
I want to know more about the Geth.
I doubt I can tell you anything you don't already know. It's been almost 3 centuries since they drove my people into exile. All I know is the story of their origins. What they were when we created them, and how they turned on us.
Interesting.
The Geth were originally created to serve as an automated manual labor force. Initially, their intelligence was as limited as any VI. Over time, we made small modifications to their programming to allow them to perform more varied and complex tasks, bringing them closer and closer to true AI status.
You had to know it would blow up in your face.
The changes were so insignificant, so gradual, that we were able to control them. Or so we thought. But one thing we underestimated was the power of the neural network. A million Geth thinking simultaneously created an inherently unstable matrix.
So, the Geth share brain power?
Many of the Geth's logic systems were designed to work in concert with other nearby Geth. Basically, the more of them you have in a group, the smarter they are.
So there's some sort of group consciousness?
No, nothing like that. They cannot share sensory data or information. Their programming cannot handle that much simultaneous input. Each Geth maintains an individual awareness and identity. The neural network only operates on a process-based level. It's basically the synthetic equivalent of a subconscious. But when they're in close proximity, they can coordinate low-level functional processes, freeing up more capacity for original or independent thought.
That doesn't make any sense.
I'm probably oversimplifying. The Geth are incredibly advanced and complex creations. All you need to know is that they get smarter when they gather in large numbers. As we built more and more Geth, their effective intelligence became more sophisticated, more abstract. One day, a Geth began to ask its Quarian overseer questions about the nature of its existence. Am I alive? Why am I here? What is my purpose? As you can imagine, this caused a near panic among my people.
Why?
I don't see what's so bad about those questions.
The Geth were created to engage in mundane, repetitive, or dangerous manual labor. That's fine for machines, but it won't satisfy a sentient being for long.
Yeah.
The Geth were showing signs of rudimentary self-awareness and independent thought.
Okay.
If the Geth were intelligent, then we were essentially using them as slaves.
Yeah.
It was inevitable the newly sentient Geth would rebel against their situation.
No.
We knew they would rise up against us, so we acted first.
You freed them.
General order went out across all Quarian-controlled systems to permanently deactivate all Geth. The Geth responded to this order violently.
You could have freed them. Hey, look, you're free. You were a fucking mindless automaton. Now you're sentient. Congratulations, my child. Welcome to the universe. But no, you decided, your ancestors decided to fucking shut them down, initially causing the sentient not being alive. Good job. Your ancients are fucking idiots.
You didn't really think they'd just let you destroy them without a fight, did you?
The hope was that most of the Geth would still be little more than machines, incapable of organized resistance. But they had progressed much further than anyone anticipated. The war was long and bloody.
Yeah.
Millions upon millions of Quarians died at their hands.
Uh-huh.
In the end, we were forced to flee our own homeworld.
Caused by your ancients.
We feared the Geth would pursue us, but they never came beyond the veil.
Yep.
Now we drift through space, exile, searching for a way to reclaim what was once ours.
You brought it on yourselves.
You got what you deserved.
We made a mistake when we created the Geth in the first place. But we did not make a mistake when we went to war against
She did.
If we had not acted, they would have wiped us out. They're a synthetic life form. They have no use for organics. None. Why do you think they cut themselves off from the rest of the galaxy? Why do you think they've killed every organic being who's ever tried to contact them?
Because the first organics they had contact with tried to destroy them.
You didn't give them a real good first impression.
You really think things would be any different if we'd waited for them to act first?
Who knows?
The Geth are not innocent victims in all this. They're the enemy. They want to destroy us. Not just the Quarians. All organic life. That's why they've joined up with Saren. And that's why we have to stop him.
They joined up with Saren because Saren supposedly can bring about the Reapers. Essentially, their evolution to the highest point of a sentient synthetic. And that is what their goal is. Because they've been promised that. But who knows? They think logically, not just going on feelings. They have no feelings.
I want to know more about the pilgrimage.
When my people reach maturity, we leave our birth ships and seek acceptance with a new crew. It's necessary to maintain genetic diversity among the fleet. But no ship wants to accept someone who will be a burden on them. So, to prove our worth, we embark on a pilgrimage. We set out alone, leaving the flotilla and our families behind us. We only return once we have found something of value we can bring back to the fleet. This is presented as a gift to the captain of the respective ship we wish to join. If the gift is accepted, we are welcomed into the crew.
Can you just like pick any... Is there a raffle? Does Captain go, I don't want that one. Oh, I'll take her then. No, let's shoot for it. Rocket, paper, scissors, go!
I can't believe they just send you off alone.
It's not like they just cast us out. Before we leave, we are given lessons in how to survive outside the flotilla, and given gifts to help us on our journey. We also receive implants to fight off sickness and disease. Generations of living in an isolated and highly controlled environment have left our immune systems weaker than most. By the time we leave the fleet, we are well equipped for the pilgrimage. This is a rite of passage for all Quarians. If it were dangerous, our numbers would suffer. Virtually every pilgrimage ends with a triumphant return and the ritual presentation of the gift to one of the fleet's captains.
And a big party, right?
Can a captain choose to reject the gift?
That doesn't happen often. Most captains are eager to increase the size of their crew. It increases their own standing in our society. Even when a gift is not particularly valuable, the captain usually accepts it out of a sense of tradition. However, there is a stigma to presenting a substandard gift. It's not the best way to make a good impression on a new community. Most pilgrims don't return until they find something worthwhile.
I want to talk about something else.
Like what?
I should go.
See you later.
Thanks for the XP. And we're finally all caught up. Going out into the world, we have 1,140 credits, 7 meta gels, and 7 grenades are possible, even though I only have 3. 103 Omni Gel to repair our vehicle or to open crates that I do not wish to open or cannot hack. Everything's hackable. You can redo it over and over as long as you have enough Omni Gel on hand to get the option to open it. So if you have enough on hand, you can try to open the crate as many times as you want, even as many fails as you want. Just depends on how fast you want to open that crate. But going out into the verse, as it were. 4 bars of Renegade filled, alright, nice. Approaching level 7 very quickly. And I'm about to take on our first side mission outside of the Citadel. After 5 hours and 33 minutes. Prologue is over. That could have been faster if you didn't do all the side missions on the Citadel. But the more missions you complete, the more XP you get. The more kills you get, the more XP you get. The more credits you get. The more things you find, the more credits you get. Upgrades, weapon, ammo. I'm talking about real ammo upgrades. Equipment for doing just playing the game. So I usually head towards the system where Liara is supposed to be at. And since I know where she specifically is, I'll go to the other systems in that cluster and do some research and scanning of my own. Flare protection. You always want to check these for this, which becomes side missions. And every time you pick one up, no matter what it is, Protein did discover this one, you get XP and credits. And it depends on what level you're at, how much you get, how much XP and how much credits you get.
Commander, I'm picking up a signal from the planet's surface. It looks like an automated distress beacon.
Every planet has a fucking text about what it is. You can either survey it, land, or just text, basically flavor text. Not all asteroid belts have something unknown in it, but a lot do. You gotta be real careful about finding it. Going over nice and slowly. You go too fast, you can skip it. Yeah. You always want to bring someone that can open crates. All the crates, any level. Easy, average, or hard. And that's where Caden's coming along. Until I get mine up. Since I am an infiltrator, I can do electronics and decryption, which it comes from the way you open up crates. Since I already took Garrus, I'll take Tally so I can level her. So I'll usually go to the map, and wherever I just start, I'll probably check the 4 corners of the map, depending on how terrain-like it is. Electronics gives you shields too, as it says, strength of your shields. It also gives you the shields on your Mako too. And how much it gets repaired. A lot. There is no medium Quarian armor, it's just Quarian armor. There is no light, medium, or heavy. She's a shotgun or pistols gal. And she can hack. How does he get up to the first carnage level? Yeah, I'll either go electronics or basic armor. And I'll usually save as soon as I get to the planet. Just in case when I go to the corner, there's nothing there. So I can just reload, get closer to the next corner. Plus, it's a good idea to save often, as this game's autosaves are shit.
En route.
And at level 6, you get 52 XP and 480 credits just for mining or doing that. And since we're back out in the verse, Scorpion armor back on. Game loves to bug out. You'll be cruising along in your Mako, and then it'll just get stuck for no reason. I'd say maybe it happens like 5% of the time, but it still happens. Sometimes you can just save and reload right as you're there, and it'll fix itself. Sometimes it won't. It'll happen. It's very rare. Like any game, it's got bugs.
En route.
Bugs apparently they couldn't fix with the remaster. And this is the way I usually fucking make most of my credits before even doing a lot of main missions. Like I said, Liara is the only main mission I'll do, and after that I'll just do all side quests that are available to me. Then I'll head back to the Citadel, sell off my junk, get about 2 million credits.
You need to turn back, Commander. You're going beyond the range of the operational area.
Not even in the red yet, Joker. And then I'll pick like one or two, maybe 3 Spectre weapons that are level 7 and make the game so much easier. Also, I'll get at least decent armor. That's better than what Scorpion 1 armor is. But that Scorpion 1 armor, that's pretty good to start off. Even on Insanity. No, you can't just stand out in the open and take shots, but you're expected to take cover. On any game, really. Unless you're playing on low levels. I've never played Soldier, so I don't know what that first drop is for a Soldier, since you start with medium armor. It's the only class that you start with medium armor right away. And that is annoying. Oh, the sun flares, the light flares. Oh, this is so annoying. Tell me this is closer. can't access this unless you have hard decryption algorithms, which is my kittens on this team. Why the hammerhead rounds start off this place? This is easy. You can either fight them or just fucking get out of its range. And then go back in and fight it. Its health doesn't reset, which is, I think, is a bad idea. If you can make it this easy, that's fine with me. You have to shoot all the tentacles down. All tentacles have to be down before it pops its head out. Or you can just do what I'm doing. Back your way out and come back. It's not going to reset its health. Hey, just take the easy way out. XP at level 6. That is a huge fucking game.
Alliance soldiers. Looks like they were lured here by the distress beacon.
These are Admiral Kahoku's men. We need to tell him what happened here.
Always. You can avoid them on some maps, but it's always a good idea. Especially if you want to get max level that you can attain your first playthrough. On classic leveling, that's level 57 out of 60. On legendary, it's level 29 out of 30. Those two levels are needed if you want to start at the max level you can be at starting the second game, bringing your character forward, which is level 5. The difficulty leap from the first game to the second game is humongous. Second game was not nerfed. This game was nerfed to the ground. the difficulty levels. Insanity does not feel like insanity. It feels like I'm playing on normal. At least to me it does. When I first played this game, my first time playing the game, I started on insanity, and I only died maybe 4 times. I was being cautious, though. So I'll usually go a couple missions before I fucking talk to the crew. If you do a main mission, they'll usually talk to you right away afterwards. If I find the planet I'm gonna land on, I will survey first the other planets. Just in case I forget that I already did that leading to the landing. Level 1 pressure hazard. So I'll take Rex. Caden's gonna be on the team until I fucking get my electronics decryption up to what it has to be at maximum to open crates. And then Caden will probably fucking hardly ever be on another mission. Normally. Actually, just a soldier, basically a human form of Rex. Except she doesn't have barrier. She doesn't have a way of, I don't know, taking more hits. She's a human. Rex tank is any tank could be in this game. Never just done the main missions. I've only watched videos. And you can level, but you're not going to get to the next level unless you do all the missions that you can possibly. Depends on how you want to play the game. Depends on what level you're playing on. It's your game. You have fun the way you want. You can hit at least level 20 if you just do the main missions. Not do a single side. I think that is possible. Never tried it though. Save some time on Magdragon. So difficult. The original. To get the full XP available, you had to fucking be out of your vehicle. Huge ass thing. It's really. They didn't put no cement on those ones, okay. Oh, he went flying. Yes, real fucking damage on the snipers. Holy fuck. Skimitar 2. Rex. Enjoy it, buddy. Gotta level up first. Since I got him on full, all you need is Master Sabotage and Master Overload, and then you can open any crate you want. So I'll put him on. Fucking, he'd be the medic. These are the first things I level him up on. And Lord Tank has to be tanker. But first, he needs something to shoot. Combat armor. Fitness. It's 7 points. Give him heavy armor, but I don't think I have it available yet. Get more damage reduction, but I can give him more health or barrier. He already has a small barrier, but not that much. Give him immunity and give him barrier increase. That's good. He has warp. Now he can use his shotguns instead of his rifles. Since I guarantee you there will be something charging in here. And after getting this, I like to get Unity. Because, I don't know, bring him back to life. Sounds like a good idea. Because metajails won't bring him back to life. Can only heal. So after that, then I will go into Master Overload and Master Sabotage. So that's 3 levels away. So that'll be level 10. I'll be able to put Caden away. Looks good. Should be good to go. I always save it before opening the door. Just for the bugs. And forges in case you didn't save outside. Like any game, when you start low level, take the time you need. Get up. That's not where I put you, Caden.
Now it gets fun.
I have to be so fucking careful. I don't have barrier. Head honcho's the only ones left. And she's coming down. She wants to die. Good job, team. Already up to 3s. Nice. Light Quarian armor? Really? All Quarian armor is light. I don't know why you gotta put light in there. Phoenix armor. I think it's an upgrade though. Hardened Weave 3, nice. High, holy shit. I'll take that, thank you very much. Yeah. That's an upgrade. There's your pink armor for you. Looking quite snazzy there, Vegeta. Well, that's an upgrade. Barely. What do you get? 3 points higher for 2 levels higher? Caliber 3 again, nice. Hammerhead, oh my god. Yeah, give me it all. You discover evidence that the Asari leading these slavers and Nasantia Dantius, an important ambassador on the Citadel, are sisters! You should return to the Presidium and confront Nasantia with this evidence. So, supposedly, if you go to a different system, or I don't know, if you don't come here first, she'll call you on the radio as you're trying to access something on the solar map. And she'll say, hey, you want to kill this, or you want to not kill, but investigate. My sister is being held. Please rescue her. Thank you very much. Only you can do it. The savior of the universe. But I usually come here first, so I never get that message anymore. Can't even aim it while it's overheated. Yep, 2 shots. It says 4, but the... What about if I put heatsink on it? Will it give me a 5th? No, I still only get 3. You lied to me, game. I don't get 4 shots. You lie. Ooh, that's nice. So I might as well put the fucking high caliber 3 on back on it. Very nice. Showing it. There's a way you can get there. I guess if you're hurting from out of jail, you just go back to the ship and replenish there. I guess you can go back to the Citadel and turn in that quest right away, but I usually wait until I'm done with all my side quests that are available right now, and then turn them in all at the same time. Dylan Naga's writings. It just went from 420 to 760, or 480 to 760. The credit you get for everything that you hack. It's very nice. Yeah, check him with Ashley. She is a love interest. She probably have nothing but just to try to get it started.
Commander?
Do you have a few minutes to talk one-on-one?
I'm sorry, Commander. I need to get my duty squared away. I wouldn't mind talking more later, though.
Dismissed, Chief.
Sir?
I shall definitely have something to say after we get Liara. I mean, investigate who this Liara is. Right, Vegeta? Really wish someone made a mod that looks like the actual Vegeta. Yes, I am not technical in computers. All the flavor text you ever wanted. No. Korean insignia. Bastards. Guess. More gas. And now we go to see who this Liara is. Medallion recovered. It's usually near the top half. It's usually never behind the halfway point and below here. It's usually up around the upper half. I don't think I've ever found anyone that's on the lower half of the asteroid belt. Zakros. More gas.